There we are. Perfect. Just getting started here on the stream before the tournament tonight. Lock up the chair a bit. Let's see what we got going here. What time we got? 5 minutes later than I was hoping for, but not the end of the world. Alright, let's check out the Baba Shop. I was sitting there today and I was thinking to myself, maybe I should go ahead and buy the remainders of the hourglass items I need to get my hands on. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, who we got going here? Hey! Big boy, huh? Hey, big boy. What's up, dude? I was like, hey, what's going on? Let's see. I wanted to. Oh well. Anyway, what's going on, man? How are you? Just getting our little stream started here. Alright, let's see. So I was kind of looking at this earlier today. I was going, you know what? What would it cost, right? 7,700 green gems. Not really that bad of a number if you really ask me. I'm like, could probably make do with that. I don't know. 1 second. I want to do one other thing here. Yeah, I'll do it another time. Let's see, is this what I wanted? I guess we could do something like that. Yeah. Nah, I don't really like that way that looks. So nah, I'll pull that out. Yeah, bear with me a second. I'm just kind of getting things set up. Wasn't sure if I liked that way or not. I want it bigger. Let's see, big boy, been watching my videos for a while and finally got a stream. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for popping in and hanging out with us. What we're going to do tonight, because the World Tournament starts in an hour, what we are going to do tonight is basically just mess around for the next hour. I'll answer some questions on team builds for the World Tournament, my views and my philosophies on team builds, and from there we'll just kind of move on. When the World Tournament starts, I plan on only streaming for maybe a half hour, so I'll probably only get 2 full runs in the World Tournament. I'm tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. I had to be at work this morning at 4, so after the stream last night, I only ended up with like 3 hours of sleep. And of course, with the World Tournament, here, I'll be working overnights the next 2 nights. I'll be grinding World Tournament pretty much the next 3 days straight. I plan to do well. I don't think too many people are going to be pushing hard this time around. Over on Twitch, what do we got here? We got Gotron. What's up, dude? How are you? And Jigsaw. What's up, man? Wolfie. Hello, sir. And Jaden, Augustine. Yeah, the team I'm going to use, I'll show you. Hold on. Let's go through my normals here. So, team I'm planning on using. Man, that really isn't working for me. Hold on. I'm going to pull up a... I mean, you guys should see my new setup here. I'll have to show you guys some point the setup I have for my streaming center. A lot of streamers would be fairly jealous with what I end up building here. I'm going to open up a different window for Restream. For the browser. There we are. Oh, come on. Get everything set up appropriately now. So yeah, this will be the team I run. This is pretty much the team I always run for World Tournaments, so it's nothing new. It's how I've always done it. There we are. Opening the browser. That should work better for me. We'll see. Yeah, that'll work better. Okay, so we'll go with that. And that, I don't need this one here. I can minimize that. And do that. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Ah, that's better. No, Jaden Augustine. I am not a believer in the Jocko and Chiaotzu method. It's a big waste. Honestly, a lot of players who run the number of wins that I do, we don't go with the Jocko and Chiaotzu. I know, like, Truth does, but, I mean, you guys got to think about it this way. You're going to end up burning items. You got to burn items somewhere. Either you burn defensive items or you burn orb-changing items. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And I find it easier and quicker and more consistent to randomly, every once in a while, be willing to burn a defensive item than every turn having to burn orb-changing items. I'm not. When I originally pulled Turles, I was lucky enough just to get the one copy. Hey, knock it off. Yeah, the dogs. Chiaotzu and Jakku aren't shiny enough for you. I mean, obviously they are useful. I get it. I mean, if you don't have good defensive units and your units aren't rainbow starred, and you don't think you can take down a unit, the entire team in one turn, then yeah, you're gonna have a really hard time getting through it. So I get that. There's no Gildo for the 30th. Oh, there's no guide for the 30th World Tournament? What do you mean there's no guide for the 30th World Tournament? Gotron, thank you very much for the follow over on Twitch, sir. I appreciate it. Krypton, you can't pull AGL Turles for the life of you. Well, that's why they gave us red coins. I mean, I've got 2 dupes open on my Turles. That's enough. I mean, that gives him maximum crit, the additionals, everything else. I mean, he's just not going to be the ultimate defensive unit. And again, it's not like I'm going to be using him for much more, anything other than his support anyway. I mean, I'm not going to be prioritizing an attack with him. If he attacks, it's just going to be for shits and giggles. I mean, everybody else is rainbow starred so that they're providing maximum support to the team, even if they're not on the team. Or I'm not going to be using them on the team. Let's see, Chevron. Let's see. Good catch you every tournament. I know, right? In fact, the last World Tournament, I don't know if you guys know this, but in the last World Tournament, I ended up finishing like in the top 300. But the guy who was #1 local in my division, or in my local ranks, he ended up finishing like 10th or 9th place. Oh, it pissed me off. I did better than most people who got first place in their local, and I couldn't finish off my Yamcha. Oh, I was ticked. Let's see here. And then we got Wolf. You've been playing Dokkan so much, and got a Android LR first multi, and then 2 singles later, a dupe for Super Saiyan 3. Nice, dude. Nice. So tonight, here's a couple things. We're going to do the 2 wins in the World Tournament, and after we get the 2 wins in the World Tournament done, I got enough Dragon Stones here. We'll do 1 multi tonight. I was kind of thinking about just doing it on the Cell banner, just to try to pull a dupe of who we got on the Cell banner, actually, now that I think about it. Obviously, getting a dupe of Cell would be nice. Getting a Cell Jr. would be nice. I mean, I just have more use in this banner with Goku Black. I just have 1 copy. Be nice to get more dupes of these guys. And that would also put me at 800 red coins. But at the same time, as far as LR summons go, since that 1150 stones that we've summoned with 2 streams ago, I've pulled in back-to-back multis an LR. Started with 2 multis on that same stream. We got Tech Black, Int Gohan, and then a couple of days later I did another multi with some of the stones that came out. I got Physical Super Saiyan Trunks, which I found out was only my 2nd dupe. Surprised. And then the last multi I needed in order to get the LR Majin Vegeta from coins I pulled and ended up just randomly pulling another copy of who'd I get? It was somebody I needed, so that was cool. Let's see here. Kim Jung Cool, what's up, dude? Just bring LR Majin Easy Vegeta. I do have LR Majin Vegeta now, though. I do. I got him. I just have him with no dupes, and with no dupes, I feel like he's just not gonna. He's just not gonna make it. I've been doing good, Christian. How are you, dude? Christian Navidad. Gotron, Vic. Sorry, I had to switch devices. Oh, that's fine, dude. No one has put out a video on a strategy guide. Well, I mean, do you really need a strategy guide for the 30th World Tournament? It hasn't changed. The World Tournament has been the same for the last 15 World Tournaments. It's not like there's anything new or anything. I mean, hell, again, this is the same team I've been using for the last year. I mean, since Physical Broly came out, this team is exactly what I've been using. You got 1,000 local in the last hour. Everyone went hard and grew like 500. 1,000 local. You mean 1,000 global? Because there's only usually about 300 to 350 in the local. Yeah, I ended up at second place local and inside the top 350 global. Yamcha never gets to finish off. Rip. Let's see. We're looking at about 45 minutes. A little less than 45 minutes at half past the next hour. Half past the next hour. Guess is about 16 minutes. No, it's half past. It's not going to start at the beginning of the hour. It's going to start at half past. You've been running a super team and Android Cell Socket team. Nice. What strategy should you use? I mean, as far as World Tournament goes, there's only one strategy that matters. That's you take an AoE, you take the strongest AoE you have. There are different tiers of attack all units. Obviously, the best for the World Tournament is the STR LR Broly. Right below him is the physical Super Broly. Right below that is the STR EZA Broly. Right below that is probably the STR Fat Majin Buu. Right next to that, not really below it, but right next to that is the LR Majin Vegeta. And then below that is probably going to have to be the free-to-play intelligent Grade 8 Turles. I mean, that's your strategy for the World Tournament. Choosing one or two of those that work really well together, run them on either together if they link, or one on each turn. Put in a whole bunch of units that have units on your team that defend, right? That way you can block a big group of attacks at times 30 difficulty. And also link well. Again, this is the reason this Broly's on here. He defends and he links well. You also want to have support units. A unit that gives key and attack boosts. Same thing here, key and attack boosts. I mean, that, or you take out the support units. If you're afraid that you're not going to be able to take out a team with an AoE unit in one turn, you then throw on units like Tech Jocko and Int Chiaotzu, who automatically stun the entire team the very first time they come out in a turn. So that's the strategy. That's it. There's no other strategy in this game. If you sit there and you're trying to go, well, if I get all these units and they can counter, I'm going to try to go with counters. The problem with counters is if you knock an enemy out using a counter attack, it doesn't count the same as a super attack from an AoE. You end up getting like a 16th or an 8th or a quarter of the points than if you were to do a full super attack or an attack all super attack. And you're going to be sitting there wasting your time. You're going to be grinding through it. It's going to be a slogfest. You're forcing yourself to get through each stage, and you're trying to, well, here's an int, so I'm going to attack with this physical, and there's an STR, so I'm going to try to counter with this AGL. I mean, you're sitting there trying to come up with a strategy, which is exactly what you're asking. And in reality, the World Tournament isn't about strategy anymore. All the World Tournament is about, and has been about since the introduction of STR EZA Broly back in the day, all it's about is just getting your Broly out on the field. If you don't have a Broly, setting up a team and bringing a friend LR Broly with you, and doing the street sweeper effect, clearing the field as quickly as possible, move on to the next fight, clear it, move on, clear it, move on. Try to get to a rhythm where you can do 4, 5 wins an hour, and just do that repeatedly for the next 3 days. That's the strategy. And the better you can do that, the higher your point totals will be. So there's your strategy, man. That's why nobody comes up with a strategy guide, because there's no reason for a strategy guide. Both Broly's are AoE, so it's good for the World Tournament. Yep. Hey, big boy, when is the 900 Dragon Stones in... What? How many stones? Oh. Okay, so toward the end of my rank grind at 4 times EXP on stage 27.7, or 27.3? 27.3, I'm sorry. On stage 27.3 last year, between July and September of last year, when I went from rank 950 to 999. God, I tell you, it took me... Because it was over 4.5 million EXP per run, or per rank, and it would take me a good 4 stones per rank up, so 5 bars of stamina, and I would pretty much, complete the entirety of those 5 bars of stamina. Fine limiter, yeah, I've been ranked 999 since last September 20th. Actually, we did a stream the other night, and that was kind of a congratulatory stream for myself, a little pat on the back. It's been a 1 year kind of thing. Oh yeah, LR Cell, he's in there too. But the problem with LR Cell is that you're going to be going up against so many physical units. Physical Broly, STR, EZA, LR, STR, Broly. And both of those are pretty much going to tank Physical Cell. And Cell doesn't have the best critical chance because, he's physical, not STR or Tech. So he can only get 15 at most. EZA, no Broly? Oh, yeah, no. EZA Broly's good. I told you he was on the list. You just have different tiers, and those tier lists are, LR Broly, Physical Broly, the Super Broly, and then STR EZA. He's third on that list. Let's see here. What was it? Formalitus? Formality US. Whatever. Thank you very much for the follow over on Twitch, dude. Appreciate it. You can use to destroy the whole team. Yep, that's what an AoE does. One super attack with it. He attacks every unit on that team. And these are the strong ones they can go against, type disadvantages, and completely wipe the field. You have no AoEs. Something to be aware of. The next time they hand out a red stone here in the Baba shop, go down to the very bottom, and... Let's see, where are you, buddy? He's hiding in here somewhere. I can sense him. There we are. So the very next time that they hand out a redstone in the Baba shop, go ahead and buy one of these STR EZA Brolys. They Dokkan Awaken. Once he Dokkan Awakens, he becomes a minimal AoE type unit, just not good for the times 30 difficulty. But once you're able to take him through the full step-ups through EZA, he becomes a much better unit, much more usable in the current World Tournament meta. Another follow over on Twitch. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's see. The Katana. What's up, dude? How are you? Super Saiyan Wolf. So there's your option. I know it doesn't help you out much now, but just keep that in mind for the next time around. If you don't have an AoE unit, then filter your friends list when you're trying to bring somebody into your team and bring in either an STR LR Broly or a physical Super Broly, preferably with a whole bunch of dupes. And use them to get you through the World Tournament. And build your team up so that basically they support that card. So movie bosses, full power unit team, full power team, or pure Saiyan's team, any of those will work well for that. You have 14 LRs now, but 5 are not awakened. Well, then you have 9 LRs. Now, last night I did a box showcase, so I'm not going to do a full-on box showcase tonight, but I will pull up my LRs. I currently sit at, let's see, what is that? That's 42, but, I mean, technically it's 43, because I also have a TUR STR LR Broly that is Rainbow Starred and actually is awakened as well. Right here. So that's the LR Broly in his TUR form. I used to run him in the World Tournament with the STR Broly, or the LR, until they released the AGL Broly, or the physical Super Broly. But anyway. You're getting there? Yeah, you are, Wolf. You had a discussion with a guy on Reddit who was pressed on running mono STR, all stunners. He couldn't go and get through to him. I mean, if he wants to do that, he can, but it's a silly idea. You're just going to be sitting there wasting your time with stunners. A lot of people don't realize that the World Tournament is all about speed. I mean, that's really what it's about. I mean, if you can get into a rhythm where you can do 5, maybe 6 runs per hour, wins, and you're just flying through it, 10 minutes per 60 stamina, win, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Let's see here. Detroit them 50, was that 55? 55. What's up, dude? How are you? Violet Blue, how are you, my friend? And I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through to you guys here. What about STR Boo? I already included STR Boo. He is, I would say he is underneath the STR EZA Broly, but he and LR Majin Vegeta, I rank them about the same. Because STR Majin Vegeta, you're just going to have a hard time getting that 18 key super attack off. But when his super attack does get off, it's going to be powerful, strong, yada, yada, yada. The STR Boo, he's a good unit. He attacks hard. If you have dupes on him, he's going to attack even harder. He orb changes, so he supports himself. You can actually run the STR Boo on your team, like in lieu of one of these support units. So if let's say you didn't have Turles, if you wanted to put STR Boo on your team, he'll give a whole bunch of ki for the LR Broly. So you could use that as an option as well. Should you use your missing LR Broly? Well, I mean, you could run the EZA Broly, you could run the physical Broly if you've got them. If you have neither of those, then again, you can do the STR Fat Boo, you could do the AGL Majin Vegeta, the LR Cell, or even the Int Turles, Those are all options that you could really work with. It's mad late. Well, I know, Funkmaster, but the problem is, dude, World Tournament comes out here in, what, we're coming up on a half hour, right? Yeah. World Tournament comes out in 1/2 hour. Big Boy found me in the 999 stream and decided to try it yourself. You started the account 15 days ago and level 754 with like 500 stones, and from there, well, I mean, kudos to you for getting to where you've gotten. Just know this. From rank 782 to 999, that's the halfway point. So you're not quite at the halfway point yet. So it's easy to know how many stones you have left to use. So figure out about how many stones you use when you get to 782. Or 792, I'm sorry, 792. And then just double it. So by the time you get to 792, I'm guessing you'll probably be close to about 600 stones. So you'll probably have another 600 stones to go. That'd be a pretty good guess. What future units am I looking forward to? We're waiting until Tech Trunks and AGL Zamas. Personally, I am waiting for. I'm just kind of an LR hunter at this point. The Dokkan Fest units just give me something to do. I think if I just be honest with myself and with you guys, I'm mainly just after LRs, so probably full power freeze I'm kind of excited for. Hey, Merkel Johnson, what's up, dude? Jarrell? Yeah, Jarrell. You're running your Vegito, Super Vegito, Blue AGL, LR Broly AGL, Super Blue Goku. I mean, that's fine. Just try really, really hard not to counter much with your counter units if you can help it. You'll help yourself out so much more. That's the problem with a lot of guys when they're doing these world tournaments and they got all these counter units. They're very helpful. They're very useful, especially if you're worried about dying a whole bunch. I should probably actually get my items ready to go too, huh? Yeah, I'll do that here in a minute. But the problem is I always see and hear a whole bunch of complaints from guys who are running the world tournament, and the biggest complaint that they have is that I can never, I call hacks. There's no way people can grind that fast in the World Tournament and get all those points. I grind just as fast as everybody else, but I'm not getting nearly as many points. They're hacking the system. And then you ask to look at their team, and you see they got nothing but fucking counter units on their team. And you look at it and go, aren't you getting 1.5 million points every run at times 30 difficulty? They go, 1 million? I'm getting like maybe 500,000 at most. Well, there you go. There's your reason. And that's because they're using counters too much. I should use support characters, defense characters, and 1 AoE. If you don't have an AoE unit, then you need to support and defend yourself and get it and bring a friend AoE. Yes, that is your fastest route to victory. I'm sorry, you're not going to be. The more. Here's the thing. It's a delicate balance. You know, it's either you bring one good AoE and support the crap out of them, or you bring 2 AoEs that support each other and a friend AoE that tags along, and it doesn't matter who rotates with whom, they all support each other, right? And that way one of them can get their attack off and the other one can act as the cleanup in case something didn't get completely knocked out. That's the idea. And then all the other cards that are on the team, their whole purpose is to rotate in and to act as support. And that's it. Either support or defense, or support and defense. That's honestly, in my opinion, that's my philosophy for World Tournament, and that's how I go about it. And I've always been successful with it. I mean, this is the 30th World Tournament I'm in. I've had a couple of top 20 finishes. I've had several top 30 and top 40 finishes. Almost every World Tournament, I'm always in the top 1,000. So it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about here. Hey, Fitzlow Gaming. I just have to awaken LR Bojack, and you'll have 16 LRs. I want LR Bojack. Is there a good LR Broly replacement? Yes. If you don't have STR LR Broly, the physical Dragon Ball Super Broly. If you don't have the physical Dragon Ball Super Broly, then you move down the line to the next good card that you need, and that card would be the STR EZA Broly. If you don't have the STR EZA Broly, then you need to move down to the next card on that list, which would probably be the STR Good Fat Boo. You know, that Dokkan awakens into an AoE unit. He provides key support as well as an AoE himself. A couple of dupes in him. He hits hard enough. He can do a good job on times 30 difficulty. Right next to him is the AGL Majin Vegeta, in my opinion. At that 18 key super attack, it hits harder than the Boo, but you're gonna have a hard time in World Tournament getting it with only +3 key, from the leader skill. Right below that is the physical cell. The reason I don't rank the physical cell any higher is because you're gonna be seeing a whole bunch of STR units in the World Tournament, and he's just gonna have a hard time getting through that slog. How did I get all that? What do you mean, how did I get all that? Oh, all that Zenny? When you grind rank, you kind of pretty much get a whole bunch of it anyway. I was hitting that. I was hitting that the 1.9 million repeatedly. Yeah, because we're at the cap, 1.99999 billion, and like you can cross over that cap with any kind of Zenny that they reward you for missions. But as soon as the game refreshes, it automatically takes it out of your account. It doesn't give you credit for it. It's really kind of dumb, but it's funny. Link to my Discord doesn't work. Yeah, it's fine. I don't have a Discord right now. I do technically have a server, but I don't have it updated in here. The first 200 levels were doing the story, and it didn't take stones or stamina, right, until level 430. But it's scary how you haven't even made it. Yep, halfway. Yeah, the 1.592 billion. Yep. See, you got it. Let me show you something, and I always reference it over here in a chat. I have a D-Money, because that's the easier place for me to find it, I feel. Hold on, let me pull him up real quick. Bam. Let me pull this. I have a screen for D-Money that I sent him a few months back. Let's see here. There we are. A couple of different World Tournament finishes. So this is something I made and posted on Reddit about a year and a half ago. it gives you a pretty good idea about how rank grinding works in Dokkan. So these the bottom lines are, of course, rank by groups of 100. So 100, rank 200, 300, 400. And, of course, that tells you the percentage of how far you are to the end, to the top of Mount Olympus, 999. How far do you have to go to get to that? So it kind of gives you an idea about, your rank grinding. You're trying to get to 800 before the 4X leaves. I think it's October 2nd it leaves, doesn't it? Anyway. I should get to 800 tomorrow. And plan on finishing on the 5-year on JP. Ah, there you go. Hey, Mitsuki, what's up, dude? Haven't seen me in a while. I know, it's been a while, hasn't it, Segovia? How you doing, man? Mitsuki thought I was going to go live at 11:30. No. I was going to go live at 10:30. I wanted to do an hour before the World Tournament just to kind of... Because I figure at 11:30, that's usually when everybody starts grinding the World Tournament, and we just wouldn't have any time to hang out and chat and shoot some shit and stuff, And the good news, I'm caught up with the chat, so yay. Anyway, yeah, that's always fun. Deep Z Space, it says October 3rd. Well, I mean, all I know, and I haven't looked too much into it because I don't care about rank grinding, but all I know is that everything, to my knowledge, everything as far as the 300 million download celebration related items, everything that's related to it ends, well, that would be right. If you're looking on JP Time events, October 3rd in Japan would be October 2nd here in the States. So if you're looking at the JP Times for the Japanese version, those are in JST. That would be October 3rd. But if you live in the States or anywhere west of Europe, it'll be October 2nd. You're gonna head off. Alrighty, see you later. Thanks for hopping in here, Wolfie. All right, let's get back to the game. I got to put some items in my account and get ourselves ready for some stuff. Oh, another quick thing I wanted to point out. Let's have a quick look here. Boom. Yeah, nobody posted responses. So I hit day 1500 today as well. So I threw that over on Reddit. If you guys want to go try to track that down and locate it, it's hiding there. It's on Reddit. But some interesting things. We start getting some decent items. So, like day 1502, getting gravity chambers. That's nice. And then looking down here, obviously, still getting Zenny and friend points. I mean, that's really glad to see that the consecutive totals haven't changed. All right, we're going to go ahead and get to make sure the team is where I want it. And we'll run a run and put some items in here real quick. Let's see. We'll do it this way so I'm not actually burning any stamina. We'll do this, and we'll just add our items in here, and then we'll quit out. Let's see. When this came out, I cleared all 3 events first try. It was ridiculously funny how quickly it just cleared. I was like, oh, okay, it wasn't really that difficult to begin with. Wonderful. So for this, I always go as Sensu Bane for emergency purposes, Ghost Ushers for defense, and then everything else is related to getting my STR Broly to super attack. So usually I just go ahead and do STR and AGL Orb Changers. And that's it. That's my big plan for the World Tournament. I spam STR and AGL Orb Changers, get the super attack off for LR Broly, and move on. Go ahead and do that. Cement it. Japan is 14 hours ahead. Yep, that would be my guess. That's why it's showing for you the 3rd, because it's still the 2nd here on Global. And if you're living in the States, it'll still be the 2nd when rank grinding ends. Can you use STR Piccolo on the World Tournament? Is he an AoE unit? Yeah, he is, isn't he? I mean, you can, but he wouldn't be any better than the physical Xenotrunks. Here, let's go have a look at him real quick. You're not talking about this one, are you? No. No, it's not that one. You're talking about the Cooler movie, Piccolo. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. You're talking about this one. Let's see. That one just stuns. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could run this one if you've got him up with, if you've put some work into him, the dupe system. Here's the thing: with any of these units, you're going to need crits because you're going to be going against AGL units, and you want to make sure you can do some damage to it. But the thing is, if you're not able to knock these opponents out with super attacks, the AoE isn't going to do you much good. Can I use this here? Did that one already? I mean, I know that guys like him. I would say without having put him into practice, he's probably just as good as the int Raditz that can super attack as well. I mean, yeah, supreme damage gives him a bit of a leg up, but his attack stat's so low. I mean, you'd have to use Elder Kais if you want. Well, you wouldn't have to use Elder Kais. You could farm a super attack using super strikes. So I might do that next week. Work on him just for shits and giggles. Maybe in the next World Tournament we'll test him out. I just don't think he's... I mean, I like that he has a chance to stun, but usually that chance to stun is usually less than 15%. So I wouldn't count on it, you know? It's like you might, especially at times 30 difficulty, I just don't see him doing what you need to do. You have him fully rainbowed, I mean, that's going to help. I mean, it gives him, what, another 4,500 attack? 5,000 attack? So, I mean, the supreme damage helps him. That's better than the STR Broly used to be. He probably... I mean, he's not going to hit as well as the Easy A Broly, just because that one has higher attack stats. Probably just as good as the STR, Boo. That'd be my guess. If I were forced to have to wager a guess, you know. Let's see. Oh, my mixer's out. Okay, that's fine. Mob Crush. Okay, those are all good. Okay. I was like looking at it going, oh no, one of them just went offline. And I go, is it YouTube? Is it Twitch? No? Alright, I don't care. What do we got, guys? We got, what, 15 minutes thereabouts? Okay, we'll make do. Do I think there will be a 2,000-day LR login card? I don't know what they're going to have at 2,000 days. They'll have something. It'll be something pretty good, too, is my guess. They may give us some sort of... they may give us like 500... At 2,000 days, they may give us like 500 red coins or 500 yellow coins. Let us choose an LR from the Baba shop or something. That'd be kind of cool. They may do something like that, you know. Or they may give us some kind of new 2,000-day LR, card of some kind. We will find out eventually. I'm 500 days away from it. So I got a year and about a year and a half until that happens. I think for global, the 2,000-day celebration will be sometime around January 2021, and for JP, the 2-year celebration the 2,000-day celebration will be sometime next August or July. So we'll find out in about a year what they're going to be doing for 2,000 days. Ruben, you thought the World Tournament started at 10:30 p.m.? It does. Yes, Ruben, it does start at 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But what time do you think it is right now, Ruben? I love answering questions with a question, because I feel that's the best way to really learn. Does the physical Nappa attack all on the... No, it doesn't. It does not. I will pull it up here in a minute so we can look at it, but it does not. Nappa. There it is. Alrighty. Yeah, no. No, Nappa causes supreme damage to the enemy. That's just a one-on, one-off attack. That's not an AoE. AoE is to all enemies, or we'll say causes mass damage. They'll either use monikers of causes mass damage or to all enemies, not to the enemy. Supreme damage is not the moniker for an AoE. How much do I sleep during the tournament? Like Friday nights, so like tonight, after I get off stream here, I'm going to get some sleep. Because this will be my only chance to get sleep during the World Tournament this time around. So we're going to stream. For me, it'll be about midnight when I go to bed. I have to be at work at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll get up around 7:40. So I'll get a good 7 hours of sleep one way or the other. Tomorrow night, as soon as I get off work at 4, I'll come back here and grind World Tournament for a while. Usually when I'm grinding, I'm just kind of laying in bed anyway, just kind of prone, and there's not a lot going on. I don't stream World Tournament like this because this is not an optimum way to do it relaxing wise. You can only do this for about an hour or 2 hours before your back starts giving out on you. Can multiple people play one account? No. Nope. Once you transfer account over to somebody, it leaves your possession and goes to them. We have 21 viewers and only 9 likes. What? Guys, if you're on YouTube and you haven't smashed that like button yet, because according to Mitsuki, there are plenty of you. At least 12 of you. Please smash that like button for me. It would make my Dokkan day. Dokkan Fest Nappa. No, it's not Dokkan Fest Nappa. This is the Nappa from the Baba shop that you can get. This one right here. It's this Nappa Z Awakened. Which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, you can keep buying copies of them, and then you can open up all their paths. I never Rainbow Starred them. I'm still waiting for them to be decent before I Rainbow Star them, but I have opened up all the paths on all the Baba Shop units. So yeah, as far as sleep goes, well, yeah, I'll be at home tomorrow, but I get home around 4, but I got to go get my paycheck, do my errands, and everything else, shopping for the week and everything else. I'll get home around 6:30 or 7, but I have 2 overnight shifts I've signed up for the weekend. I like doing overnight shifts when World Tournament is on. It just gives me something to do. I get paid, $30 an hour to do my thing, and while I'm grinding World Tournament. So it's wonderful to get paid $30 an hour for 8 hours, 2 nights in a row. It happens to be the World Tournament nights, and then I can go home and it's sunrise, and it's easier to stay awake when the sun's up. So maybe get a nap somewhere in between if you're grinding and there's really nothing to go for. So yeah, Friday nights I'm not really pushing on Friday nights to you 100% all the Baba Shop leads. Yeah, I'm not gonna 100% them. Not right now. I've got their paths open. I can do it at any time. I figure there's just no purpose to it. I don't Rainbow Star. I Rainbow Star the units that I use. Which, by the way, speaking of Rainbow Stars, let's do this. So I have, I believe it's 205 rainbows right now in my account. Like actual orb into rainbows. Let's see. It just won't end. All right, so there we are. Let's see where we're at. All right, so that is 205. Yeah, we're at 205. Not bad. Never finish school or degree. Took for the break for it. I'm actually in the middle of it. I'm only back right now just because I've got a little bit of free time this weekend, and there's a World Tournament on, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. And I figure a stream here and there is not going to kill me. I'm in my 4th term right now. I've been grinding my ass off for it, and I'm working on it. It's gonna be my schooling is gonna be a long process right now. I'm working on an MBA, and when I'm about halfway through this MBA, I'm looking at transferring out to go to a law school as well. I'm gonna try to finish a law degree and an MBA about the same time. So yeah, I mean I'm working on that right now. I haven't stopped working on it, but thanks for asking. It's going well. Currently, I'm sitting at a 4.0 average right now through Purdue, so I'm happy about that. Final limiter. How much do I have to play to be number 1 in the tournament? So I think you can do it. No. Now, the guys who are doing number one, they're swapping the accounts out between people. So either it's a whole bunch of like college roommates and they just play for 4 or 5 hours and they just physically pass the phone over to their buddy who plays for 4 or 5 hours and then passes it on, and they just do it in shifts, right? Those guys, basically, they're doing it for 72 hours, grinding it nonstop. Yes, it's cheating. Can it be caught? No, it can't be caught. You know, I did a grind a few months ago where I went a full 72 hours straight. I streamed the whole thing from the YouTube gaming app. I laid prone in my bed for the entirety of the stream. I broke up the world tournament grind into like 6 hour, 5 hour chunks, and then just took a break when I needed to. But basically just grinded the whole damn thing. I was delusional by the end of the tournament. I remember not waking up, but I remember it was like Sunday morning. I was tired as hell. I needed caffeine. I took you guys on the road with me, and we went down to the Starbucks and grabbed a coffee. And on the way back, I got pulled over for grinding Dokkan and streaming at the same time, and got a ticket for it. So that was awesome. But even in that particular case, grinding it, I was only able to get like what was my finish? Like a 23rd place or something, 24th place. And I could have done a little bit better if I had swapped the phone off. There were times that my grinding had almost come to a stop because I was ready to pass out. You just physically can't keep going. So you have to have other people help you if you want to try to do that well. How many orbs you have in the potential system? Currently, right now, I'm doing okay. Part of the reason why I want to do well on this tournament. I want to restock up. Considering I've got 205 rainbowed units, I probably have enough right now to rainbow another 50 units. I'm going to. Mitsuki, I'm going to 100% the LR Yamcha. My Yamcha has 2 dupes in him. As long as I can get first place in the local this world tournament, he'll be rainbow starred. So, yeah, I have absolutely every intention to rainbow star this Yamcha, which I will do once I get the 2 dupes. I mean, even back in the day when it wasn't nearly as competitive in the world tournament, the best finish I've ever had is 11th place. And again, that was almost the same thing. It was a 5-day world tournament, and I went pretty heavy the first 2 days. And then day 3, I went normal. But day 4 and day 5, I didn't stop grinding the entire time. I went a full 48 hours straight. During that 48-hour period, I think I got like something 140, 150 wins. Or more, and even then I couldn't even break the top 10. You're going for 20 wins straight this time. Every time you go for this, make a stupid mistake. Cost of the win at around 13. Yeah, that happens. Like if you find yourself dying a whole bunch, either bring a whole bunch of ghost ushers with you and just be willing to burn them. And like every time somebody's going to attack before your AoE gets a chance to attack off, just use the Ghost Usher to get past it. That's really a good option. I mean, that or go. I mean, if you don't care about your point totals, you just want the 20 wins, then yeah, definitely go with the Jacko and the Chiaotzu option. How is your competition in the local rankings determined? No. Competition in the local rankings is very much like it's random to an extent. So think of it this way. You've got a giant poker table, right? You got a giant poker table with like 6,000 players. Each player can hold 300 cards, right? And so, and of course in this analogy, each card is a Dokkan player, and each of these poker players is one of these local tournaments, okay? So in this giant 6,000 player poker table, you've got a dealer, and the dealer is just sitting there dealing out cards one at a time, going back and forth and filling up everybody's hand, right? Well, that's how the local tournament is factored. So 2 players enter at the exact same time. One player goes into Group A. Next player goes into Group B. The next player goes into Group C, Group D, Group E, Group F, Group G, all the way through until all the groups have been filled up. And then it goes back to the very first group, Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, Group... Problem is, at the very beginning of the World Tournament, you've got maybe 1,200, 1,300 players who get in real quick to start playing. So they all fill up real quick. You end up with 2 or 3 players. And then in the next hour, another 6,000 players join the World Tournament. So then you end up with maybe 30 players in every local group. And then real quick, you end up building up. And by the end of the tournament, all the players have come into the tournament. And every group is somewhere between 315 and 350 players. Yes, it is very much random. You cannot control who's in your group. Sometimes you're going to get stuck with somebody who's just a super tryhard, like myself, or like the guy who was my number 1 last time and beat me. He was 10th place, 9th place overall. I had to settle for 2nd place. You have all the World Tournament LRs awakened and rainbowed, so just going to get all the tickets and then walking away. Yeah, I just gotta rainbow my Yamcha. Once he's Yamcha'd. I mean, for me, I'm not in it for the LRs. I'm in it for the orbs. Orbs, Kais. The World Tournament unit. We get a free copy now. And as long as you finish in the top, top 2,000, you get enough you can Rainbow Star that unit. So, if you guys just want the new unit and you want to have them Rainbow Starred, try to finish in the top 2,000. If you want orbs, you got to finish in the top 1,000. If you want good numbers of orbs, you got to try to finish in the top 500. Alright guys, time-wise, we are at 4 minutes till the World Tournament starts. Always so exciting. I want to thank everybody for hanging out here in the stream tonight as well. Always appreciated. So we're going to do 2 runs tonight, guys. 2 runs, and we'll do 1 multi. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull on the LR banner here. This banner and this banner really just hold no value for me. There's a few units in there I wouldn't mind getting dupes of, but I think this one I've got a better chance of pulling things I would actually like to use. You didn't see any news about the World Tournament in the app for some reason. Well, it's because it's been in the news already for the last... it's been announced for the last 3 weeks. Here. As long as something's been pre-announced in the news, they generally won't bring it up again. So I just gotta find it real quick. That should be it. Yes. All right. So for those who are wondering where is the information about the World Tournament in the news, it's right there. It's already been pre-announced. How is it announced? Right there. It's right there in the news. They don't put things in the... They don't put things out anymore that says, World Tournament coming soon, or Bulma Genius Battle Prep, to be released, if it's been already announced in the news. Like right here was the Bulma Genius Battle Prep, the Rabbit and the Kid Goku events and all that kind of stuff. These things are already announcements in the news. They don't have to announce it again. Totally forgot about the tournament. This is somewhat hidden? Not really. Literally, it's in the news. You figure everything to do with this celebration is on this list. You know what I mean? And if it's a brand new event, they will announce it in the game. But if it's something that's just returning, and in this case it's returning for the 30th time, they're not really going to be announcing it. Special top LR banner that needs to be announced directly on the news page. this is just an advertisement. You figure every time they're going to be putting an advertisement in the game, yeah, they're gonna put it where you'll see it. That makes sense. Brand new event in the game, obviously makes sense. Brand new Dokkan Fest in the game, makes sense. The brand new, Infinite Dragon Ball thing, brand new story event, makes sense. Again, so I mean, these are all brand new things. If they were to put the World Tournament in here, it would be lost in this shovel of other items as well. So the best thing is just, hey, if you wanna look for this stuff, right here in the news. That's really the best place for it. Should be up. There we go. Yay! All right, do our 2 runs of the World Tournament, guys. Our quick poll from the banner, and we'll call it a night. So right now, you're not entered into a local group until you've done what I've just done. That's the entering, and you get the little animation of welcome to the 30th World Tournament and all that. That's, yeah, no problem, Final. That's when you've officially bumped into the. That's when you've officially bumped into the your local ranking. So you don't get filled into it until that very point. Nor is your team copied either, for that matter. Now come for me. Come for me. Thank you. Let's see here. You asked this last time, but you have beaten all the original stages of Super Battle Road with free-to-play teams. Just need to use an extreme STR free-to-play. Can Rainbow Physical LR Gohan? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I'm not a big free-to-play fan. Hit up the free-to-play guru over on the YouTube page, Cell Games. Look him up, man. He will be your best bet to find the answers that you seek. I really think STR free to play Extreme is gonna be a pretty tough one to crack. Everyone has the same team, pretty much. I mean, when you have an ideal team, for those who are wondering why I like to use this AOE, this is why. You take the entire team, boom, you move on. I mean, and this becomes what the World Tournament is pretty much down to at this point. A few different teams. You see little changes here and there. But yeah, it's pretty much the same stuff. Let's see. My Broly's Rainbow Starred, so you should be able to take him out. I'll do this. I'm not going to super with the cooler. Trying not to... yeah, that's fine. You don't have to really worry about items till you get to like difficulty 10, 12, 15, something. I think it's like difficulty 15. That's when you start to worry about it a little bit. Would it make it more fun if they disallowed air? Oh, AoEs? No. No, it is not more fun. Trust me. The first 3 World Tournaments in Dokkan there were no AoEs in the game. And let me tell you, that is not fun. The World Tournament by itself is just not fun. It's not a fun event. So no, it would not be more fun if they disallowed AoEs. Nobody would play the freaking World Tournament, and it just wouldn't be a fun event. I'll switch. Let's see. You're working on Awakening Super Broly, and you'll run androids, then full power. Nice. 2 streams in a row, then you've actually made it. How's it going, Jameson? What's up, dude? You gotta go? Alright, Mitsuki. I appreciate you coming by, man. Have a good night. You too, dude. I am only going to do the 2 wins, then I'm out of here for the night. I'm probably not going to stream any more of the World Tournament this weekend. For the most part, I'll be dead from all my work overnight. But I do look forward to the next time we stream. I want to know how you guys end up doing on your individual grinds in the World Tournament. Yay, I'm #1 local. Woo! Come on. Another thing to know about is last time in the World Tournament they gave us a whole bunch of daily stones we could grind up for just getting 5 wins in the World Tournament. What device am I playing to Dokkan? My Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus Ceramic Edition. I am streaming using Samsung Flow, which is a mirroring software that's wireless. It's better than the SideSync software that they used to use. It seems to be smoother. I don't seem to have as many connection issues. And then I use OBS, the online broadcaster suite, which is free. And I use that for... Let's see. We'll go this way. We'll let Physical Broly attack first, just for the shits and the giggles. So I use OBS, which connects to Restream, which is a mirroring streaming software. Restream splits a signal to YouTube, Twitch, and I also do stream over on Mob Crush. Just I like having a presence over there, and then that's it. It's actually pretty simple once you got it all set up. You have a webcam, you set up your little webcam, you set up your game capture, and then you throw a whole bunch of little macros and stuff in there for your chat and your announcements and whatever else you have, and it's actually pretty simple. I'm alive! You're a Meshi! Yes, I'm alive. Fitula, did I pull the new LRs? Yes, I did. Yeah, I've been doing a whole bunch of singles lately. I gotta tell you, singles, I think since the introduction of the GSSR mechanic, I really believe, and I've been doing a lot of testing since the 4-year anniversary. So I've got about 5,000 stones worth of more than that at this point, right? I mean, I'm at what, 7,500 stones worth of testing, something in that neighborhood, or more, almost 10,000 stones worth of testing. But I've got a whole bunch of stones I've been using for testing. I gotta tell you guys, I really don't think the GSSR mechanic is helping us. I think it's lowering our featured rates. And I've got numbers that can back that up too. Like actual, statistical probabilities and whatnot. Again, I've got a degree in math, and so that's my thing, is I see numbers. And I understand how numbers work and how probabilities work, so I get that. But at the same time, I've been trying to give it some thought. I got Renzi DBZ Space. I talked to him about it. He's going to try to run some mass summons for me and tabulate the information I want to look for, because it's just something I want to know about. Does the GSSR hurt our summon rates for the featured units? Effectively. Ineffectively, I don't think it does, but the effective summon rate, I believe it does. How to get more World Tournament medals. The World Tournament medals you get from the final stage at the higher difficulties, so 20, 25, and 30 times difficulty, and you do it on the final stage. Almost every run on those higher difficulties will pop up nothing but gold Awakening medals, or a whole bunch of Awakening medals, many of them gold. Grab as many gold caps as you can get, and you will get all the... you will find you have all the World Tournament medals that you could ever want. How am I doing? Been a while? It has been a while. Glad to see I found some time to stream a little. Yeah. I mean, tonight will be my only stream, but I did stream a couple pull videos not too long ago. Now, as far as which LRs have I pulled, because I know Fitzily asked that question, and then I went on the tangent about my number theory. So, I pulled. I'm going to use Havo High LR naming closure. All right. So I pulled LR51 on a single. I pulled 3 copies of both LR Cell and LR Gohan. Most of those I pulled off of singles. Some I pulled off of multis. I pulled trying to work my way back to all the other LRs that have been released in the game since the 4-year anniversary. I pulled LR Gopunks and LR Baby on back-to-back singles. I only put like 30, 40, 50 stones into that banner. And then, of course, I did stream most of my information about the LR Super Saiyan 4s. So I pulled 4 copies of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, mostly on multis. I did pull one from a single, and I pulled 3 copies of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I still don't have Go Bros. I bought LR Majin Vegeta the other day. It's like right here, there's a whole bunch of gold medals, but we're on a low difficulty. So the chances of us getting World Tournament medals off of these, pretty low. But we'll go ahead and see if we can snag 3 of them here. That's what we'll go with. We'll go with this one too. So I don't have Go Bros. I still don't have, and I will buy Go Bros when they are released next. I have the red coins saved up for them already, so I will do that. I don't have Bojack. I don't have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's all I'm missing for LRs. 50% chance of World Tournament medal. Yeah, I figured as much. The stream is resurrected. Hey, Ruben, what's up, dude? Makes sense about the single summons being better since the introduction. Let me play. I think the best way to describe what I'm trying to explain is if we play a little bit of number theory, okay? So we'll play a number game. So let's pretend that you guys are that we're pulling, right? The way the odds are supposed to be, if you have a bag and you pull an SSR, it's supposed to be a 50% chance for a guaranteed, or it's 50% chance it's going to be a banner unit, and a 50% chance it's going to be a non-banner unit, right? So if you pull an SSR, you got a 50-50 chance it's going to be one or the other. But if you look at the guaranteed SSR spot, it's not a 50% chance of pulling a banner unit and a 50% chance of pulling a non-banner unit. It's a 95% chance of pulling a non-banner unit. And see right there, we just got 3 of the World Tournament coins. So there you go. And so it's a 95% chance of pulling non-featured and a 5% chance of pulling featured, right? So you start off with that. So just kind of let that sink in for a minute. So if you were to do 10 singles, yeah, there's always a chance that you don't pull an SSR in those 10 singles, right? That's going to happen. But does it really matter? Because you have the exact same pull rate for pulling, if all you're going for are featured units, right? If I'm only going for featured units, then what do I care about that 95% chance of it being an unfeatured unit and a 5% chance it's going to be a featured unit? Well, what good does that do me? That doesn't actually give me a better chance of pulling a featured unit in that 10th slot. I might as well be doing 10 singles, but one of them is going to be guaranteed to be a bullshit, card. See what I'm talking about? So I'm sitting there with that thought in my mind, right? But that doesn't mean that one is weighted over the other. So another thought popped in my mind, and that was, how often do we get Super Saiyan 3 animations in this game, or Super Saiyan God animations? So you have a Super Saiyan God animation in the game, right? And the Super Saiyan God animation is supposed to mean what? It's supposed to mean 3 SSRs or more on a multi, right? Just think about that for a second. If the pulls are not supposed to be predetermined, and if every SSR has an equal chance of being featured versus non-featured, right? Then that would mean that if you pulled 3 SSRs, half the time you would get 2 featured units and 1 unfeatured unit, and the other half the time you get 2 unfeatured units and 1 featured unit. So in other words, if you pulled 4 Super Saiyan God animations in the span of 2,000 stones, out of those 12 units, 6 of them should be unfeatured, 6 of them should be featured, right? A nice big number sample, right? But think about it. How often have you ever gotten Super Saiyan God animation and all 3 of them are just crap SSRs? And then you think to yourself, well, I mean, obviously, if you got a coin flips chance of it being a featured or an unfeatured unit, then obviously, you're going to get 3 bad flips. Okay. But the reverse has to be true as well. If the odds are equally stacked, then you have to say, as often as we get 3 crap SSRs, we should have the exact equal number of three featured units on a Super Saiyan God animation. When was the last time you guys ever saw a full gambit, 3 featured units on Super Saiyan God animation? If you've seen one, that's a freaking albatross. Compared to what, 40, 50, 60 full-on crap Super Saiyan God animations? You want to tell me that those odds, those numbers stack correctly? And if that doesn't stack correctly, then that means that there's predetermination going on within the multi because of the GSSR mechanic. Because you don't have that mess up with the singles animations. Singles animations, if you pull an SSR, it's forced to do a 50-50 chance. And you're forced to do a 50% chance for a featured unit versus non-featured. Now, why does that matter? Why am I still harping on featured units? Because we're only after featured units when we're doing these polls. Honestly, we're not really caring about the unfeatured units unless it's an LR banner, in which case, go for the GSSR, because we're trying to filter through as many SSRs as possible. We're trying to get those LRs as quickly as we can get our hands on them. So that's my thought process. There's numbers involved that actually prove what I'm saying, but this is just me trying to explain how that works and giving examples. Ryan Grant, you're saving your red coins for the Town of Animator? Yeah, same with me, Ryan. I'm going to save mine until the... I'm pretty sure the Town of Animator, that's when the Go Bros will be coming back. Along with the Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta, and probably the LR Vegetos and LR Gogetas. Ryan Grant's. You've never seen that. I know I've probably seen it once, maybe on a couple of Truth streams, but I mean, he's never quite connected the dots there. He's sensing that there's something wrong with the game, but he just doesn't know why or what's going on. He doesn't know that what's wrong with the game is the very fact that there's a GSSR mechanic. If they had made it a fair GSSR mechanic, what do I mean by fair GSSR mechanic? I mean if they had made it on that GSSR poll, if it was a 50% guaranteed banner unit or 50% guaranteed unfeatured unit, it would be the GSSR mechanic would be a fair poll. That's what we expect it to be. And the numbers would probably shell out the way that they should. But it's not, because of it being 95 and 5. That skew throws everything off the GSSR. So, yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of singles. Obviously on LR banners, I do multis because that's what you're trying to go for. You watch a lot of the Truth. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, if you guys want to go back and look at his tapes, I looked at his stones. Last year, before the GSSR mechanic came through, I think he was averaging a Rainbow Star on a Dokkan Fest exclusive unit in about 3,100 stones, 3,000 stones, something in there. This year, since the GSSR mechanic got put in place, he's averaging something in the neighborhood of 4,500 to 5,000. I mean, that should tell you that right there what's going on. You know? I like the Truth. I like him. I think he's subbed to my channel still. I'm not sure, but he's a nice guy. He tries. He's kind of an overindulged fan, but I mean, we need that in the community too. You have 300 something red coins, and you'll be summoning on the Tabata banner for the Go Bros. Yep. Yeah. I think a lot of us are kind of waiting for that. I have currently 800 red coins, well 790. I've also spent 500 red coins buying my last copy of the LR Vegeto. So I just wanted a Rainbow Star him since I had the physical Gogeta Rainbow Star already anyway. I was like, well, we might as well Rainbow Star Vegeto while we're here. So I burned through those 500. So I guess I've gotten, 1,300 coins since the 4-year? Yeah. Which is fine. It's not like I don't have the money for it. 350 red coins, but you spent 150 for a dupe of Ingenemba. Yeah, Ryan Grant. There's a part of me that thinks that was kind of a waste. I seriously, bro. I mean, you spend what you spend, and you spend on you, but I mean, not like you're not going to get it back. It's only 15 multis. You'll get it back. There's plenty of summoning between now and then, anyway. As we finish up this round of the World Tournament and get ready to say goodnight for the night, remind you guys we're going to go ahead and get the win here. Should be the quarterfinals, so we're going to move on to the semis. Yeah. So we still got semis and the finals, and then we'll collect our missions, get our stones, and then we'll do one summon, and we'll call it a night. So I'm going to go ahead and mention... yeah, actually, that's a perfect time. Ruben, yeah, for the most part, I've only... there's only, what, about 1,000 of those stones that I used for the red coins, or for all the coins total, period. About 1,000 of those I got from Z. Yeah, the rest was from, everything else we have. I've been getting some pretty good checks, though, for my business, so I've had money coming in. Money has no longer been an issue for me, which is nice. It's nice when you get to that financial stability, part of life. It's kind of the whole goal of everything, right? Anyway, gotta do that there. But I do want to mention Z. You have 350 now, so you would have had 550. Well, I mean, again, you only need another 150. You'll be at 500. So, I mean, Grant, you'll be there. You'll be there. It's not like you're not going to summon before the banner drops, right? I mean, even then, even if you didn't, you could still, do plenty of multis when the banner does drop and get your 15 multis out of the way. So it's not a big deal. After 30 World Tournaments, you would think they would make it at least entertaining. I mean, they've made it a little bit different over the years. It's not quite the same as it's always been. I will say that. It just is what it is. If the World Tournament was any more involved than it is, though, it'd be rather difficult for me to grind while doing a stream with you guys and everything else. So it's kind of the right amount, the appropriate amount. Alright guys, last run for the World Tournament. I gotta call it a night. I am tired. Remember, I've been up since 4. So, we're at what, midnight right now, our time? It's midnight? Yeah. It'll be midnight when we're done here. So that's, that's 20 hours. That's a pretty long day. And I gotta be up at 8 o'clock, so... if I end up with 1,000 red coins by the time the Tatabata banner comes, are you going to spend them on Gobros? No, I am only going for one copy of Gobros. I still have Dokkan Fest exclusive units I need to get. I need to get AGL Metacooler, so I'm going to save my 400 coins for him at that point. So I definitely will be at 900 by that point. So I'll have enough set aside for AGL Metacooler. When the Trunks and Zamasu banner drop in November for around Thanksgiving for the thank you banner, I will, or the thank you celebration, I will probably purchase one copy of the unit then, and I'll probably end up pulling one or two off that banner, more than likely, just how things go sometimes, and so, which is fine. I wouldn't mind an extra copy of Metacooler. I mean, I'm without right now, and that sucks. But I'm going to go from without to having, one or two dupes in them pretty quick. And I'm okay burning one and buying a dupe. I'm okay with that as well. Revamp it to a tournament of power or something. I've talked about my thoughts on what they should do for co-op in this game. I've had some pretty cool ideas. They're just not going to. The architecture of this game is just not set up to be, you know, for that. I think is the best way of putting it, I think. Got some missions here or something. Yay, missions. Woo. Oh no. Alright. We're going to do one poll, guys. In fact, we'll go ahead and turn the volume up real fast while we're here. It's probably going to be fairly loud. Turn that down just a smidgen. Alright. I want to make sure I hear it. There we go. Streaming the World Tournament grind slows you down. Yeah, it does. Alright, we got Boo. I saw Boo come in. I'm like, yes! I'm like, ah! I think this is going to break the rhythm. This would be our 5th multi in a row with an LR if we grabbed one, but we'll see. I don't know. This one's not turning out well. This one doesn't look like it's starting out well. Maybe a god? Maybe a god? No. This one don't look out too well. This one don't look good. Tech Weiss. So we'll sell that for Baba points. And yeah, Vegito. Oh well, it's all good. Do a single then a multi. We will do one single. Why not? Not PvP, just a refresh so that it's not the... No, I wasn't saying PvP. I was saying co-op. I am a fan of co-op. Will we break the screen? No breaking the screen. Alright, that's going to do it, guys. That threw off my rhythm. Now I got to do 9 singles to get my numbers back. My OCD is going to kick in until I get that. Damn you guys, damn you. Alright, guys, that's going to do it. I appreciate everyone popping into the stream tonight. If you could be so kind to smash that like button on the way out. I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful evening and good luck to everybody in the World Tournament. I am out of here. Peace out, guys. Have a good night.